Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. We are now streaming live on YouTube. This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. Before we proceed with the first appearance, I need everyone to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the information given to this court, as well as any information that you have provided in your court-appointed applications, is true and correct? So help you, so say I do. All right, thank you. We're going to proceed. This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. We are not here to try your case or to take a plea. You are here for the court to inform you of the charges against you, advise you of certain rights, set bail on those offenses for which the court is authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing, but should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you if this case goes to trial. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights. You have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to indictment by grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you. You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses on your own behalf by subpoena. You have the right to testify and offer evidence in your own defense, should you choose to do so. However, should you choose not to do so, no presumption of your guilt may be raised. You have the right to have an attorney represent you, and at this point, we are appointing an attorney to represent each of you. However, you always have the right to represent yourself or to hire your own counsel at a later date. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending the prosecution of your case. This bond may be cash, commercial, or property. If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of bond in cash together with any applicable fees to the sheriff's office, who will hold it until your final court date. At that time, the cash bond will be returned to the person who posted the bond on your behalf. If you use a commercial bonding company approved by the sheriff, someone will pay the company up to 15% of the total amount of your bond as their fee for services. This will not be returned. Someone could also post bond using their property if they have net equity in the property in an amount equal to 3 times the total amount of the bond. So for example, if I give you a bond of $3,000, your property must have at least $9,000 in equity to qualify for a property bond. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going around certain places. The court takes these special conditions very seriously. You will be prohibited from calling or having any contact with the alleged victim while you are in jail. And should you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you will not be entitled to a new bond while awaiting trial. Additional charges of aggravated stalking or influencing a witness could be brought against you. And for those charges, you could face up to 10 years in prison or a $20,000 fine. If you don't have those special conditions about staying away from certain people or places, at minimum, everyone will have a special condition not to violate any laws while out on bond. The court takes all of these special conditions very seriously. If you have family members who are watching this live feed or who are waiting for word about your bond, they should give at least 3 hours from the conclusion of this calendar before attempting to post your bond, because it does take some time to process the paperwork. Now, if your family member or friend is the alleged victim, he or she will not be allowed to post bond on your behalf. Some of you are charged with offenses for which the court is not authorized to set bond. In that event, a bond hearing will be scheduled to be held before a superior court judge, and you will be informed of that date. If you are currently on active probation, the court is not authorized to set a bond. Your bond can be considered after your probation officer has an opportunity to determine if they wish to file a warrant for violation of probation. This usually occurs during the preliminary hearing. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine if there is enough probable cause to keep you detained while you are awaiting trial. For those of you who are charged with misdemeanors only, you will have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Waiving your hearing will not affect your right to post bond, your right to an attorney, or if you qualify for, well, all of you qualify for a right to a jury trial. So it will not affect any of those rights. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived and you will be mailed a notice when to appear in the state court for arraignment. If you cannot make bond, you may still waive a preliminary hearing if you have misdemeanors only. And this will move your matter along a little bit quicker, where you will be taken before a state court judge within 7 to 10 days. And if you plead guilty at that time, you will be sentenced. The way we'll proceed with the calendar is I will take the female inmates first, the male inmates second, and then we do have one alleged fugitive who will take last. So let's start with the ladies with Deja Duggar. The microphone is still muted for Ms. Duggar. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
You're charged with criminal damage to property in the second degree. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $5,000. You must stay away from Naika Simmons. You cannot return to 2906 Ridgeview Trail in Jonesboro, Georgia. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. This is a felony offense. As such, I have already scheduled your preliminary hearing for June 22nd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, your next court date has already been shared with you. Have a good day, ma'am.
We'll go back to that.
Next should be Rachel Fletcher. Ma'am, you are charged with driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge?
Yes.
Your bond is $1,500 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Make sure that before you leave that they get your signed waiver, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Natalie Ornelas should be next.
Did she call your name or you want to name?
Mohammed, your mic is on. Mohammed, your mic is on.
Are you Natalie Ornelas?
Yes, I am.
You are charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Yeah.
What was that?
I said, what was that criminal trespassing?
Yes. Do you understand the charge?
Yes. I said, what was I criminal trespassing?
So do you understand the charge or do you need me to explain to you what is alleged?
Please explain.
Okay, so it's alleged that on May 7th, that you did set fire to and destroy 2 old cell phones valued at $20 and a tortilla plate valued at $2 belonging to your mother, Carrie Ornelas. The officer was shown photos of the burnt cell phones and plate, and this is a case of family violence that occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. Your bond is $5,000. You are to stay away from Carrie Ornelas. You cannot return to 7234 Terra Boulevard, BEA 1, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
No.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yeah.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail, as you cannot go back to that property except to get your personal property. Make sure that the jail or whoever knows where your next mailing address will be so that you can get your court date in the mail, okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yes.
Ashley Roberson. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
You are charged with felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $8,000 and you must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your next court date will be June 22nd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, okay, ma'am?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I can make
Is
it.
that all of the females that you all have?
Yes, ma'am, that's it.
Thank you so much. You have a good day, okay?
Yes, ma'am, you too.
Thank you. We will have D'Angelo Cromer.
Yes, Your Honor, please come down.
How you doing, Honor?
I'm well, how are you?
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. My little baby just woke up, so thank you so much. Give me 1 second.
Can I say something to you real quick? Ayana?
What is it, sir? We are live and I don't want you to say anything that may incriminate yourself. What do you need to share?
Got caught up in the wrong situation at the wrong time.
Okay, that's not appropriate to share right now, okay? The purpose of the first appearance is for me to share what you're charged with and to set a bond and to also have you give me your, me to share with you your court date, okay? You are charged with aggravated assault. Do you understand your charge? I can't hear you, sir.
I say yes, ma'am.
Okay. You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, a condition of that bond will be to stay away from Stacy Moffitt. As I stated though, based on the nature of this charge, you do not have a bond at this time. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be June 22nd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
I got a job and everything, so I got to stay in until June.
Sir, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. He or she will come to visit. Please don't walk away if you ask me a question. That's disrespectful, so come back. Since you had a question for me, I'm trying to explain something to you. I understand that you have a job, sir. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. He or she can always petition the court to try to get you a bond, okay? So I'm not in any way trying to punish you, but based on the nature of these charges, the court does not find that it's wise to grant a bond at this time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Next should be George Daniels.
Good morning, Your Honor. Happy Mother's Day.
Good morning and thank you. Sir, you are charged with tinted window violation, a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, driving on a suspended license, seatbelt violation, and another count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand your charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I got I had one felony, right?
You have 2 felony.
I had one felony. It was a controlled substance. The other was under an ounce of marijuana.
You are right, sir. One is cocaine and one is marijuana less than an ounce. Give me 1 second.
And the cocaine, it was small.
Do you understand your charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $14,000 and you shall not violate any laws of out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is scheduled for June 22nd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Reginald Fitzpatrick,
Please come in, Your Honor.
thank you. Are you Mr. Fitzpatrick? You are charged with simple assault, improper U-turn, laying drags, and license not on person. Do you understand your charges, sir? Yes?
Yes.
Your bond is $5,500 and you should stay away from Stanley Rodriguez and not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
I don't know who Stanley Rodriguez is.
Okay, that's the alleged victim. So if you don't know them, that's the alleged victim, sir, and there is a stay away order. I asked, are you able to make bond? Okay, these are misdemeanor offenses. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? I can't hear you. I'm sorry, sir. I can't understand you. I'm gonna go ahead and set you down for a preliminary hearing on June 23rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. If you speak with your lawyer and they decide that you should waive it, you can waive it at that time. Or if you bond out, you will waive it. Okay, sir? Have a good day, Mr. Fitzpatrick. Ryan Johnson.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. You are charged with discharging a firearm near a highway and reckless conduct. Do you understand your charge?
No.
Your bond is $2,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
I would have to make some phone calls. Only thing is, when I was booked in, I wasn't able to take any numbers out of my phone or anything. So I don't honestly know if I'll be able to post bond or not.
Okay. These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Your next court date will be June 23rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
I thought waiving it was, I thought when you did waive it, it was supposed to be 7 to 10 days.
No, if you waive it, then you don't have a preliminary hearing and they move it up to the state court so they can have your arraignment in 7 to 10 days.
Can I do that instead? I'm very sorry. I chose the wrong option.
No need to apologize. Please sign your waiver. And if you're not bonded out, the deputies will bring you over on your arraignment date. If you are bonded out, then you will waive it. And then your next court date will come in the mail, okay? All right. Kelvin Jones. Good morning, sir. You are charged with battery and disorderly conduct. Well, you're charged with battery, family violence, and disorderly conduct. I have, give me 1 second.
I gotta check on that.
I just missed the battery, family violence charge, but you do still have the disorderly conduct charge. Do you understand your charges?
No.
Your bond is $1,500 and you shall not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Could you repeat the charge for me?
Disorderly conduct.
No, it was two on my case. That's all that.
I told you I dismissed the first one.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, the prosecutor could look at the file and decide they want to add it back, but as of now, the court did not find probable cause for battery, family violence. So you only have the disorderly conduct charge with a bond of $1,500. You understand now, sir?
No.
And you are able to make bond?
No.
Is this a misdemeanor? Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
All right. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Tyrese Lee. Yes, good morning. You're charged with loitering or prowling. Do you understand your charge?
You say I was charged with loitering?
Yes. Do you understand your charge? You say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your bond is $1,000 and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
I don't, but I ain't got no phone numbers.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Okay. Please sign your waiver. And then your next court date will come in the mail. If you're not bonded out, they'll bring you over for your arraignment. Okay, sir? All right. Have a good one.
What's your name here? And sign it and date it.
Ladarius O'Neill.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You are charged with following too close, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, felony count on violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, use of possession of drug-related objects, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. Do you understand your charges, sir?
No.
Your bond is $22,500, and you shall not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond? Your next court date is June 22nd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Thank you. Marcus Parks.
Good morning, y'all, and happy Mother's Day, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Very
Sir,
well.
you are charged with driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge?
No,
Your bond is $1,500, and you must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond? All right. This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
ma'am.
All right. Please sign your waiver, and your next court date will come in the mail. And your name is the same name as my brother, Marcus Dwayne. So have a good day, okay?
Thank you so much, y'all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Horace Pete.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You were charged with theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your charge? Your bond is $2,000, and you are to stay away from Kroger on Jonesboro Road, and you must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
I don't know, I gotta get, phone call.
All right. This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Okay. Your next court date will be June 23rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Thank you.
Excuse me,
Yes.
if I waive my preliminary hearing, that mean, what did it mean?
I already went over that, sir. If you don't understand, I can go ahead and set you down for a preliminary hearing, which will be on June 23rd at 8 a.m. Do you want me to schedule you for one?
I'm gonna
You
wait.
say what?
I'm gonna wait.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Derek Pitts.
Good morning, Your Honor. Happy Mother's Day.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Pitts. You were charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, your bond is $3,500, and you cannot return to 6324 Old Dixie Road at the Velocity Insurance, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand, Mr. Pitts? Are you able to make bond?
Yeah, yes, that's yes, no. I got $50. I told my brother to send me $50 to the county jail. I told him to send me $50 to the county jail. I can make it, depends on how much it is.
Okay, so the bond is $3,500. You think you'd be able to make bond?
If in fact, so all I, is there any possible way I can sign a OR bond?
No, sir. It's the policy of Chief Judge Keisha Wright Hill not to allow signature bonds. And so as such, we have to put a bond on every charge.
Okay, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I'm able to make bond. I might call my brother back and tell him $300.
Okay, so your brother's gonna try to help you. This is a misdemeanor, sir. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, I don't want to wait. I want to still have my preliminary hearing.
Okay, it will be on June 23rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Okay, sir? Have a good day, Mr. Pitts. Thank you. Next should be Irving Wright.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, sir. You're charged of criminal trespass and obstructing an emergency telephone call. Do you understand your charge? I can't hear you with the, I'm sorry. Your bond is $7,000. You're to stay away from Shalitha Gray. You shall not return to 1305 South Lake Cove Court, and you must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, I am, but yeah, I had a problem. We live together, so all of my stuff is over there, so somebody else gotta get it from me.
No, I will allow you to go with a sheriff's escort to retrieve your personal property. However, you cannot go back without a sheriff's escort for any purpose. So if you're trying to get your personal property, you need to coordinate with the sheriff to go there and get your personal property at that time, okay? And you must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
gonna take some, but you know.
These are misdemeanors. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
She come to court.
You said no.
Come out. We
Your
going,
next court date will be June 23rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, okay? Thank you. That should be all of the regular inmates. We just have one more fugitive. Is that correct, Deputy Muhammad? Okay, then we're ready for Mr. Hensley.
Parliamentarian, please step up for me, please. You can go. Now, what's the date? Today's the 9th.
Mr. Hensley, good morning. As I stated earlier, this is the Clayton County Magistrate Court. This hearing is what's called an extradition hearing. All of the rights that I advised everyone of earlier also apply in your case, but your hearing is a little bit different from the other first appearances that have just taken place. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You've been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you in another state, and they're requesting that you return to the state to answer to these charges. Are you in fact Larry Hensley? Do you already have an attorney representing you in this matter?
No, ma'am. My family is working on that. I don't know if they've retained, but they're working on it.
Okay. Well, you are charged with being a fugitive from justice as follows. It is alleged that you entered and remained in the state of Georgia knowing that you were wanted by Bay County Sheriff's Office, Panama City, Florida, for fraud, a felony, and they intend to extradite you. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to OCGA Title 17, Chapter 13. As you have heard, it is alleged that you are charged with fraud in the state of Florida. You have a choice as to whether you wish to contest extradition or to waive extradition and to return to the other state without going through the formal extradition process. If you decide that you wish to contest extradition, the court may commit you to the county jail for an initial period of 30 days. During that time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition to the state of Florida. The court may consider allowing you to post a bond, but the court is not required to post a bond. And it is the policy of this court not to allow bonds in situations where a person is alleged to be a fugitive. As such, you do not have a bond at this time. If you do not wish to voluntarily return to the state of Florida, you may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest 4 things. 1, whether the extradition documents are in order on their face. 2, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in the state of Florida. 3, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition. Or 4, whether you are in fact a fugitive from justice. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting extradition or in deciding whether to waive. If the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days while awaiting your extradition. If the extradition is not completed in 90 days, then you will be released. Do you wish to voluntarily return to the state of Florida to face these charges?
Okay, so I'm getting a lot of information, so I just need a little clarity. My intentions are, so I had no idea there was anything pending, and so I do want to resolve it as quick as possible. So what will get me, yes, basically I want to get to Florida as quickly as humanly possible to lay this to rest. And if the court would allow me a bond.
No, sir.
Okay, so what is the fastest way for me to get to Florida?
So your options are to waive and voluntarily return, which means that the state of Florida will know that you are ready to face your charges there, and they will come and extradite you. And that can go anywhere from, a few days. They have maximum 90 days to come and get you. So it's up to the state of Florida of when to come and retrieve you. If they do not retrieve you within 90 days, the sheriff will release you. Sometimes the sheriff will release you sooner if the state of Florida has not taken any steps to reasonably extradite you. But that's going to be up to the sheriff.
So my understanding is that Florida did not set a bond as well. My family is trying to get the state to set a bond. Are you aware of a bond in Florida for me?
No, sir, I'm only aware that you are alleged to be a fugitive from the state of Florida. And that's the only jurisdiction that the court has, is to determine whether or not you are wanted by another state and whether or not they will extradite you. So again, I have to ask you, sir, I know it's a lot of information, but do you wish to voluntarily return to the state of Florida, or do you wish to contest extradition?
Yes, I wish to voluntarily return. Also, on that note, if the state of Florida will award a bond while I'm here and my family pays the bond in Florida, can the state of Florida ask the court here in Clayton County to release me?
That's up to your attorney and any attorneys that are associated with this matter. I'm just the court to advise you of your rights in terms of this matter, sir. I cannot give you any legal advice, and I'm not trying to be ugly. I just can't give you any legal advice. You do have a right to hire an attorney to assist you. We can get the ball rolling by you signing those waivers, okay? There should be several in front of you. Please sign each of them. The court will sign them today and get them over to the appropriate parties so that it can start being processed. Okay, sir?
And so once I sign this, I can consult with the attorney here in Georgia as well?
You always have a right to counsel, sir. Yes, nobody is keeping you from consulting with a lawyer whenever you desire.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Sign all 7 copies. Have a seat where all 10. Your Honor, that's gonna be it for the inmates on today.
I appreciate your hard work. Thank you all so much. I'll be standing by for the signed waivers of preliminary hearings as well as the extradition waivers. We'll try to get this paperwork done. I really, really, really appreciate